What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification button if you like movie reviews as well as independent short films, which I create and I've done over time. So please check them out. But I do like making movie reviews to keep my channel going because, making films, it takes time and I don't do anything else in my channel. So I decided to make movie reviews just to keep it going. And, I don't really go into too much detail about the films that I watch, just what I liked, what I didn't like about it. And of course, always check out the films for yourself. I'll give my ratings, my thumbs up or thumbs down, but obviously that's my opinion. So never take anyone else's opinion for what it is. Make sure you see those films for yourself. And yeah, let's get straight to it. The Substance, starring Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore, or Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. I thought it was really fun. I had a blast with it. I mean, the concept is not unique. It's like a Dr. Jekyll, Miss Hyde situation. However, not in that regard of the person transforming into somebody new, but the idea that you're two people in one, so to speak. So it's like, you gotta watch it for yourself if you haven't seen it. I mean, I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. I recommend it. I haven't seen Demi Moore in anything in a while, and I'll say with her in this film, I thought she did an amazing job, and I would say she should be up for an Oscar. I mean that. And Margaret Qualley, this is probably the second, third film that I've seen her in. I know for sure I saw her. It wasn't such of a big role. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Once Upon a Time is the name of the movie, with Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and I know she was in that. I know she's in a couple of other movies that are coming out. I might have actually just seen her in that film itself, aside from this film, The Substance. But she's great as well. I think she's one of those actresses that are, going to be making more films, which I know she's been doing other stuff and will be coming out with something new I just saw recently that she's going to be in. So yeah, she's someone to look out for if you haven't really seen, and she's gorgeous. I mean, Demi Moore is gorgeous as well. I mean, you have 2 leading ladies in this film and they do a great job. They're both beautiful. And I think it's funny that for Demi Moore's character, she's struggling with, the idea that she's an older celebrity. And she just feels like, based off Dennis Quaid's character, who's a jerk, from when she hears him in the bathroom, because she went to the male bathroom because she had to use the restroom, and the female bathroom was occupied or it was locked or something, and she just went to the male's bathroom and she locked the door in one of the stalls. And in comes Dennis Quaid talking trash about her because she's an older woman and he wants someone new and vibrant and fresh, and she overhears that and that affects her. And it's just, it's crazy because that's something that people go through in real life, when they're older, and they can still be, in my eyes, beautiful. And it's like, you shouldn't have to worry about feeling inadequate or not somebody that can, who can get the spotlight anymore. It's just really unfortunate that in such situations, I guess like in Hollywood, in cases like that, where you're surrounded by people who are jerks and that's just the way they handle things. But how do we get away from that and move forward and try to find something better for ourselves instead of keeping that, what it is that our passion that we're doing, to maintain that integrity and just keep working and finding out our way of just continuing on. Because it really is a shame that you have a lot of beautiful people out there, both, whether it's a man or a woman, and you're made to feel like you no longer have it. So that's the idea of the story of this film. And Margaret Qualley comes into the frame because she takes the substance that she finds from this doctor who puts it into her jacket because she gets into an accident. And one of the doctors apparently had taken this substance and feels like she's able to utilize this product. And you don't really understand where it's coming from, but you just know what it does. And basically, instead of transforming her like the Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde, where, drink the potion and you're transformed into somebody else, it's like, am I saying it right? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde? Sometimes it's different. It's either or. But yeah, in this case, you can say Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde. But it's more than that. It's like she takes the substance, which if it was given to me and I see what I've had to do to take this substance, I wouldn't do it at all, because I know I knew I failed based off of, you gotta follow this you gotta follow this scenario and maintain it so that things just happen to work properly. Because if you just mess up and feeding yourself and then feeding the other person, and you only have 7 days. Each one has 7 days. It's like you knew that one of them was gonna mess up and take more time, which was the case with Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore. She took more time than she should have, and Demi Moore gets the brunt of it, where she starts fading away. I think her finger at the first time it's like old and brittle, and it just starts affecting her body because she didn't wake up in time. And basically what I'm getting at is that instead of drinking the potion in your body transforming, you're putting this substance in you. And what happens is out of your back it rips open this other person, which is supposed to be a shared conscience and a shared person, like they're one, but it's really like two people. So that's Margaret Qualley comes out of her body and stitches up Demi Moore, but then she has to like feed Demi Moore for 7 days while she's able to do whatever. But before she can do whatever, she has to like inject herself with Demi Moore's liquid from her back or the spinal fluid, and inject herself so that she can maintain herself within the 7 days. But then once the 7 days is up, she has to put the needle thing inside of her and feed herself so that Demi Moore can wake up, and then she lives her 7 days. And it's just that type of thing. And when she calls about Margaret Qualley's character, Sue, that's what it is. Elizabeth is Demi Moore and Sue is Margaret Qualley. She realizes that Sue had taken more time the first time, and that's why her finger is damaged and old and stuff. And she tries to see, can I reverse this? And they're like, it's done. What's done is done. You can't do that. I mean, you can't do anything about it. You can't we can't change it back. You have to stick to the regimen of 7 days per Sue, and 7 days Demi. But Sue, she just starts taking more time, and it's like Demi's like, but she's another person, she's messing up, and they're like, it's not she, it's you, like you're one, but it's like they have different consciences. And I don't know, I guess I was a little confused about that, because at one point where she wanted to stop Sue and just get rid of her, which she was able to, she decides not to. Like in her mind, she's like, no, I gotta keep her alive because she's this star now. But my thing is like, but it's not you. It's not like it's you envisioning or experiencing that. I wasn't sure if that was the case, if she is experiencing or not. And they just seem like two different people. But I mean, it's just crazy, like how she takes the substance and it just goes off the rails, because now you got to deal with Sue being her own person and not following this regimen, and it just messes up Elizabeth. And the ending is crazy. And it's not a unique concept, but it's unique. It's done uniquely. It was just, I give it 2 thumbs up. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought, I would like to see more of Demi Moore, because I would like to see, her new films, new projects, because it's been a while since I've seen her, and I know she was a thing back in the days, but to kind of see her again and have this film especially, which I guess you can say it may resonate with her in real life. She may feel like maybe she's not inadequate, not a star anymore. I don't know. I'm sure there's celebrities out there. I hate the term celebrity. I'm sure there's artists out there who feel that way. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it. The substance, I remember seeing the trailer and I'm like, what is that? It seems interesting, but it wasn't really much going for the trailer. You didn't know what it was about. You just knew it had something to do with perhaps a drug. But I recommend it. It was fun, and just you kind of knew what you were gonna get, what you were expecting to see, what was gonna happen, and it happened. Especially towards the ending, it gets a little crazy. But let's see if there'll be a sequel to that. I don't know if it will. Like the thing about the substance itself, they don't really go into detail. You don't know who made it. You don't know how it was able to be created and do what it does. And sometimes it's best to not know these things in the film, because it leaves much to the imagination. Or if you do get an idea and you're told, it kind of destroys, that knowledge might destroy the idea of the film itself, or just it may not work for you. And it's like, that sucks. So I don't know, maybe if we get a sequel, new characters, obviously, it might explain the company behind it. You know, maybe they may be involved in something else that's not necessarily what was shown in the first film as far as the substance. In that regard, it might be a new substance. Maybe if that's the route they go for a sequel, if they do a sequel, I would like a different substance, so it's not the same type of film. Yeah, I thought it was a blast. Demi Moore, I'd say she should go for an Oscar. She's probably the second person that I would say deserves an Oscar nomination. The first person I thought about was Wolverine actor Hugh Jackman from Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought he was great in that. Probably the best, next to Logan, the best version of Wolverine that he's played, and I think it's about time he gets an Oscar nomination for that film. Can't really say any other films that I've seen that were Oscar worthy. Maybe the character of Andy in Alien Romulus, played by, I believe, David Johnson is his name. He would probably be my next go-to. I'm not sure if that would mean he would go for best or supporting actor. I think maybe best actor category would fit that scenario, best supporting. But Demi Moore, I would say she should get best actress, and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman should get best actor for next year. So those are my three as far as Oscar nominations go. I thought they did a great job in those films, and pretty much I've seen everything that I wanted to see so far. I think my next film would be Gladiator 2. Originally, I didn't want to see it, but I do want to see that. But everything that I've had in my mind to want to see, I have seen. So The Substance wasn't a film that I planned on seeing, but I was pleasantly surprised with this film. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. The Substance, Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley. It's a great job. Everybody did great. Dennis Quaid is a jerk. You know, he did his thing on that. I'm not into Dennis Quaid, but I've seen some of his films. But, you know, I feel like, you know, actors and artists, they do such a great job that you have to wonder, you know, is this something that they have in common with the characters that they play? I remember reading a comment that Dennis Quaid is like that, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Allegedly, I'm not going to say that's how he is in person. I don't know him, but yeah, I would say check it out if you haven't seen it. So it's been a good year of film so far. I can't complain. I mean, my top film would be Alien Romulus. And The Substance is definitely in top 5 of the films that I've seen this year. But yeah, check it out. Again, two thumbs up from me. Stars, if you want to go 1 through 5 stars, I'd say a 4. Celestial Echoes, Tears of the Stars was awesome at the New York Short Film Festival. I had played it, debuted on the big screen. I had a blast to be able to showcase the film. And I hope everyone who saw it liked it. It did get claps at the end, but you never know if it's just because it's the end credits and that's what you do at the festivals. But I mean, it felt good to see myself on the big screen. I've never had any of my films on the big screen other than the projectors at like a bar festival. So it's what pretty much most of the festivals I held that I've been to. But it was great to be in my second New York festival, because my first time at a New York festival was years ago, and they moved to LA, and I haven't had a film in New York in so long at a festival. So thank you, New York Short Film Festival, for being very cooperative and emailing and responding back. And it was just a great time. And the blocks that I had a lot of great films there, and it was awesome. So I can't wait to show you guys Celestial Echoes, Tears of the Stars, my little sci-fi experiment. And I'm working on a sequel, as I've mentioned before, and that will all come out in 2025, the film. If you haven't already followed up on any of my updates on my videos, please check them out. See posters and all that. So you can find that all on my Instagram as well in the description below. Thank you so much again for joining me. Until next time. Later.